Claude Monet painting.
Where in the hell did you get this?
Collateral for a loan. No, actually, he took the money, went in the hospital, and died.
Do you have a date or anything else like that when it was done, when it was painted?
I
Is
don't.
there a title to it? It was just...
I don't.
He started arguably one of the biggest art movements ever, the Impressionist movement. Impressionism is named after his painting Impression Sunrise. That's why his paintings are worth so much money.
Rick knows the painting, so he shares more details about it.
They were a little bit blurry, that's Impressionism, but you could still see detail, and that's why they go for millions.
The insurance policy for that painting displayed at the Las Vegas Museum of Fine Arts.
May 1st, 1965. Our findings as follows. The painting is solidly constructed, casual canvas, a typical Claude Monet from his early period,
Rick calls an expert to check its authenticity.
and not qualified to say if this is real or not. Let me get a friend down here.
And when you think of fine art masters, Monet's right up there near the top of the heap. Important artistic movement of the last 200 years of Monet's brushstrokes. Impressionists were all about, as the name would indicate, he usually had some texture in his pieces, and this, again, there's very little of that. The way that they were able to configure and juxtapose started painting very early, so what's early period? It doesn't really tell you a whole lot. He also was known for having a very, vibrant palette. All of the master works that you see, if it's authentic, this could be a $5 million piece. I'd like to get a second opinion, and just because there's a few red flags that I see, he may not see it that way.
Painting is so real that expert needs second opinion for this item. Expert comes and shares more details about it.
The man that I go to in our gallery when we have masterpieces come through just to verify authenticity.
Before to look at the name, you look at the technique. It will be a very important Monet because the size. He is a painter from the outdoors, from the landscapes. Monet is known for that quality. See cracks in the painting, absolutely not one crack. That's interesting. Monet will have showed this with shadows. This will be much more pronounced. This is too flat. If we look on the back of this painting, at the texture, the canvas, you will have all the oil paint sweating through the canvas. Here you don't see that. 150 years old.
Rick asked, is this painting real or not? Let's see what expert says.
So is it real?
Not real.
Not real.
Expert confirms that this painting is not real, so no deal was made. Let's move to next deal.
I have a book signed by Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Absolutely incredible. When you talked about old baseball, Joe Jackson and Babe Ruth.
A man brought a book to pawn shop which is signed by Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Say it ain't so, Joe. You're certified.
Right.
Well, he was illiterate. His wife signed everything for him. All the signed copies of this book, most of them, everyone you see will have this in it.
So this could really be an amazing signature.
You will not find a rare autograph.
It seems to be a collaboration.
Yeah, the story is that him and 7 other guys on the 1919 Chicago White Sox took money to fix the World Series. Destroyed his baseball career, his reputation for the rest of his life.
Right.
Rick shares more valuable information about it. Then he asks for an offer.
Joe Jackson's signature is so rare and so expensive, I just have to take the gamble before this guy walks out the door with it. So how much did you want to get out of it?
Quick search on his signature and found that there's not many of them. 30,000 for the book.
Not gonna happen.
What is going to happen?
Closer to 10 grand. Of all the sports signatures in the world, this is the one most faked. So, I'll take a shot at 10 grand.
Bring something to the table.
I'll go $13,000. I won't go a penny more. So,
Well,
it's a big risk nowadays with stuff like that.
okay, let's do it.
I'll meet you right up front. We'll do some paperwork.
Okay.
Finally, Rick closed the deal on $13,000. Then Rick goes to an expert to check its authenticity.
Say it ain't so, Joe. Signed by Shoeless Joe Jackson.
One of the craziest things you brought. So what I have here is one of the only Joe Jackson signatures. This one looks like a pretty normal A. The K, he tries to do the loop. I'm not convinced that it's real.
It's not real.
Well, no, I'm going to send it off some more people. I'm going to try and get a consensus.
A thorough examination that prevented us from certifying the autograph, signed over the original.
That was really unfortunate for Rick. Everyone laughs on him. Let's move to next deal. A man brings rarest Hot Wheels appraisal to pawn shop.
What do you got there?
Prepare to be amazed. The rarest Hot Wheel in the world.
Is that what I think it is?
The pink 1969 rear-load beach.
Rick takes the closure look of the Hot Wheels box and asks some questions to owner about it.
Holy grail of Hot Wheels, isn't it?
It's in mint condition. These are the original surfboards.
Yeah, that was a ragtop Volkswagen Transporter. Technically, it's a transporter.
Owner wants to sell this Hot Wheels for his daughter Weeding.
My daughter's wedding is a little over a year from now. Maybe now's a great time to sell a Hot Wheel and raise some money for the wedding.
It's one of those little tidbits of history, and generally you see in some guy's personal little museum.
Rick also shares that when and how this car becomes so popular.
Hot Wheels came out in '68, and they got Mustang, Camaros. Every single kid in my neighborhood, we all had our Hot Wheels. All right, do you know anything about it?
They actually stopped making this variety. This was never for sale to the public. That's why it's so valuable.
I'm assuming if you have the Holy Grail, you have a lot more Hot Wheels.
About 6,000 Hot Wheels.
The fact that only a few of these were produced makes it incredibly rare. No idea what this is worth, but I know it's not going to be cheap. What do you want for it?
$150,000.
Let me call a friend. Pretty big dealer in toys.
Rick calls an expert for better advice.
Hey, what's up, Rick?
You supposedly know this guy?
Hey, what's up, Bruce?
How are you?
All right, so this is legit.
You mind if I take a closer
Go
look?
ahead.
So what are you looking for?
This is a different base, early production ones. So this is definitely the prototype. Some of these two are just raw. Everything looks 100% correct.
Rick asked expert to estimate its worth.
So what do you think it's worth?
Easily $100,000 for this car.
Thank you very much.
So I'm thinking 60?
Nah,
I'll go 65 grand.
I'll go down to 140.
I mean, I go as high as 70.
Nah, it's just not going to do it. I guess today's not the day.
Well, thanks for coming in, man.
Thank you.
And unfortunately, no deal was made. Let's move to next deal. In this episode, Rick, Chum, and Corey reach to the location, and everyone is excited to see the tank.
So I'm in the middle of the desert in search of a tank for the shop's lot. Apparently, there's an authentic Sherman tank for sale.
So, are we close? Almost there. That's it right there. That's the Sherman.
Rick and Chum takes a closer look, then owner shares more details about the tank.
Holy
The tank the guys are looking at right now is an M4A3 Sherman. It's the only Sherman tank in private hands that was actually used in the Pacific Theater. Real Marines jumped into during Iwo Jima. It was finally taken out of service when they hit the turret at the turret bearing. We met the gentleman who had to back it out, still alive today.
When they raised the flag on Mount Suribachi, I mean, it's probably the most iconic photo of all of World War II.
Owner confirms that this tank is in working condition.
Well, guys, there's a major problem with this tank. It's made out of wood.
You know what that's for? The Japanese had magnetic mines, sticky mines that they would run up and stick to the side of a tank. Marines had to improvise and put wood paneling on the side to protect themselves.
And everything works inside?
Everything worked.
Rick asked for an offer.
How much you want for this thing?
I'm looking to get $1.5 million.
But we get to drive it?
You can drive it and you can shoot it.
The guy's asking $1.5 million. That kind of money, I'm thinking about it. But before I do anything, I'm going to have to fire it.
Now it's time to see some demo.
That was amazing! Nice job, Rick.
Rick is impressed with tank condition, and he also takes expert opinion on it.
What do you think, Alex?
Speaks for itself. Shermans are the most desired American tank from World War II. Fires well. One that we know of that sold in the last year that wasn't documented to be at any major battle was sold for $1.2 million. So at $1.5 million, I think that's a fair price.
Expert confirms that $1.5 million is fair price for this. Let's see, will Rick make a deal or not?
It's amazing. It's got amazing history. Everything about it, it's absolutely great. But it's so out of the ballpark for me. But I really, really appreciate the day. It's been an unbelievable day. Thanks, man. Amazing day.
Unfortunately, no deal was made. Let's move to next deal. In this episode, a man brings Shrunken head to pawn shop. Let's see what happened next.
Shrunken head, man.
Okay. There was these tribes in the Amazon. They figured out a way to shrink people's heads. The whole purpose behind it, I guess, was to show what a tough guy you were. I mean, it looks real. It's really hard to come across an actual shrunken head. So what are you looking to get out of it?
I'd like to get somewhere around $5,000 for it.
Tell you what, do you mind if I do a video chat real quick with a buddy of mine and have him take a look at this?
That would be great.
Corey is not sure about its authenticity, so he calls an expert for better advice.
I have what looks like a shrunken head here.
Shrunken heads have been around for a long time. Most of them come from Ecuador. These are warriors. They've taken a head in battle. Remove the face off of the skull, and then it's heated with hot sand, which the heat will cause that skin to shrink. If you're a really good head shrinker, you can get a head that's about the size of an orange.
Can you give me an idea on how to tell if this is real or not?
The tribes that were making them discovered that if they sold them to tourists, they could make a lot of money. We look at the ears.
I got no ear holes.
Look inside the nostril.
No nostril.
I think we got a fake here.
Give me an idea of what something like this is worth.
10 grand for it. As a tourist piece, I'd say it's worth 200 bucks.
Clearly it's not real.
Man.
Rick only offers him $200 for it. Let's see will owner accept his offer or not.
200 bucks. It just really reminds me of a buddy of mine, and I kind of want it for myself.
For 200 bucks, it's worth bringing back and putting on the shelf.
You do 300?
No, man. I want to bring it back home, put it back up on the shelf, and enjoy it for a few more years.
And unfortunately, no deal was made. That's for today. See you soon in next video. Till then, watch these two amazing Pawn Stars video.